right, you guys. Let's get started. I am always looking for it. I try my best to stay prepared for any opportunity I may come across during any given week. That mindset has paid, major dividends for me. If you get prepared and stay that way, you'll never have to, make yourself get prepared because you'll be prepared and you'll catch almost any woman you shoot at. I know I don't fucking miss. I'm not a marksman. So, yeah, I miss. But I don't remember those fucking times. I'm not saying it's so few, but it is few times I miss. But you do miss. In the unlikely event, that you feel I'm full of shit, here's what you do. Stop fucking listening to me. In return to the days of you listening to the fucking PUAs. Then try as hard as you can not to laugh at them motherfuckers. Because even though you feel I'm full of shit, you can't deny how much further you are in your quest to be a motherfucker fucking with me. Now, I've had a very good year, mentally and physically. And it's due to the amount of stress I released. The powers that be used a 33-year-old fucking case I had to keep me from being able to become a teacher. In 2026, that's going to be the year. It's going to be the year that I'm not going to forget. I'm really not going to forget any of the years since 2000. Since way before that, to tell you the truth. I just believe, recent years introduced me to a totally different way of thinking, a totally different way of moving. And thanks to the motherfuckers I met, I have learned a lot of different internet commerce moves that I can make, which makes me know this shit better than ever. All of it did one thing this year. It put me in position to meet and, deal with the real movers and shakers of the educational industry. And it also allowed me to connect with a lot of motherfuckers on this goddamn internet. Just wait and see what I got for you coming this year. Nah, it ain't no goddamn Rosebud products. But then again, everything I do is a Rosebud product. My point. My shit was amazing this year. Now, there is something about the way being real, front faking motherfuckers who called into my videos. By the way, you guys haven't called into the last three, maybe one or two motherfuckers did. But what I'm saying is, do not go back into your shell. So what? I talk shit. I can't jump through this screen and punch you in the jaw or anything. There's no need to be afraid of me. So holla at a brother. Give me your opinions about what we're talking about. But everything I do is a fucking product for me. And there is something about, being real and fronting fake motherfuckers off that can't be matched. There aren't many of you motherfuckers you can listen to. There aren't many motherfuckers that you can listen to on social media who have a real platform, that's tried and proven for you to actually interact with them on. Every one of the motherfuckers on this social media spitting that fake ass game who's under 60 years old. What I'm saying is this: I'm going up to 60. Motherfuckers are 20 kicking shit, 26 or whatever, kicking shit. But I'm going up to 60. And what I'm saying is, you can't find one of them motherfuckers that have a pass. They don't have, they might be talking whatever shit they talking, but look them up. They ain't got no pass for you to rely on what they're saying about. I mean, if a motherfucker who's 60 don't have a 40 plus year history of putting shit, what they call game down, they're liars. So you gotta have professed and lived by what the fuck you profess to claim is game. If you haven't done that, you don't have no game. If you have not lived and professed to live by the what the fuck you doing, then what are you really talking about? In my opinion, you should have not only lived it, but lived it over 50 years. And when you retire, you decide that you want to kick some game about the life you lived. Not imaginary game these suckers speak to you motherfuckers about. I am one motherfucker who will not speak on anything I didn't do myself in my pursuit of greatness. And I said there was only two motherfuckers like that. Excuse me. The other motherfucker spitting experience is Tay. Hollywood motherfucking Shine Tay. And I rode the streets of this motherfucking Abu Dhabi daily for over 40 years. That nigga never pimped better than me. And I can't say that I ever pimped better than he. Because we both made sure the other motherfucker was seeing some real shit. Not no fake shit. Some real shit. What is the fucking value of being real today? There is no value in being real. What are you, a real sucker? Shit. Let me tell you something. Me and this nigga make the very fakers you listen to come real. Why? Because they know we're real. Fuck we. I ain't talking about Tam. I'm talking about me. I'm saying they know I'm real. I'm going to make them come. Once they come real, the shit they faking about, the shit they talking about gets put into perspective and they realize they're faking for nothing. Because you ain't going to be able to fake when it comes time to standing up to a real motherfucker. I'm just saying, I'm a real brother, and I have been just as weary as you are in certain situations. But the difference between you and I is I have never, I'll take that back. I have been afraid But I have never let being afraid stop me from being an A1 alpha motherfucker. I realized at one point, my life is totally in my hands. I realize that. And no one person, be in the motherfucking government or some fool off the goddamn streets, now motherfucker can determine what the fuck I can do. Now, people ask me all the time whether or not I feel I'm reaching today's young men. Because none of you motherfuckers are real. Yeah. You know what I tell them? I tell them, fuck yeah, I sure do think, the work I'm putting in matters to most, if not all, the dudes that listen to me. I made the decision a few years ago. I was going to change the weak attitudes the motherfucking dudes today have. And after I figured, what was up concerning dealing with women, what was up with these motherfuckers considering, dealing with women, concerning dealing with women. I could tell that by the way they came at me. But what I'm saying is I just decided I wasn't going to stop until I made a motherfucking difference. In the way all you motherfuckers, not just pimp ass niggas, not niggas that want to be pimps. I'm talking about all you motherfuckers with a dick. You got to make sure that when you're fucking with women, you don't hand them one of your fucking nuts and let them keep your nut in her purse, and she only give it back to you when you motherfucking fuck her. Because you niggas don't act like you have two nuts. My nuts dragging the ground. I ain't scared to be on my own. Bitch, get out of here with that shit. What I'm saying is, if it ain't some shit I believe, I ain't going for it. Period. And after I figured out, how to calm that down a little, I really actually had women with me for 20, 25 years. I decided that I wasn't going to stop kicking it with you guys until you were able to have a woman 25 years. And it ain't about how well you fuck her. It's about how well you represent the shit you say out your mouth. See, it's one thing that sticks out to me, when I think of the shit I've been doing over the past few years. And you know what that is? I'm an instructor. And I actually want the laurels of being an instructor. But the way you get them is you got to want to see the instructions that you deliver being used to the fullest potential that a motherfucker could use them at. In that regards, I am a selfish bastard. I'm not going to stop. I don't want to hear your version of what the fuck I'm talking about. I want to hear you representing to the letter what you think I'm talking about. Caller, what's up?
Rosebud, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, brother. How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Well, how you gonna be pretty good and you just heard me say I'm doing great?
We can't both be doing good, man.
No, I didn't say we can't both be doing good. I said you said you doing good, and I said I'm doing great. How come you ain't said you doing great too? You breathing just like I am.
I'm doing great.
I know you doing great. God damn it, you breathing. You can do what you thinking of. You can do what the fuck you think, bro. You doing great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, what's up, man? You know I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, I know. All right, so I met this older lady at the gym, and she told me up front, like, I'm young, I'm pretty young, which I understood that, and I still end up getting her number or whatever. But she texts me back but it'll be like later. Like I'll text her one day and she won't. I'll text her in the morning and she won't get back with me till late in the afternoon. But
Hey,
she'll
bro,
still respond back.
stop. Listen, you a young motherfucker, and you supposed to understand your life should not be dependent on communicating with some bitch you met. You got things to do. So just like that bitch, you say she's older, she have things to do. She ain't just looking at her goddamn phone because she heard a text. And what I'm saying, even if that ain't what she doing, that's how you supposed to look at it. Fuck her until she texts you back. Now,
Right.
go on with what the fuck you saying. You text her in the morning, she don't get back to you until later that evening or whatever, or even the next day. What about it?
I was just basically saying, like, basically, like, how do you handle, I ain't going to say rejection, because it's not a rejection, but it's just.
Listen to me, man. You are thinking the right shit, but you got the problem all you motherfuckers have. You be lying to yourself, and you think that those lies you could work on. You can't work on those lies. It is rejection. You are afraid of it. That's why you said that shit. Accept it and learn how to deal with it. Because you ain't going to be able to deal with the shit without accepting it, man.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's probably what it is. I think I'm not trying to, I'm understanding it, but I'm not trying to deal with it.
You're lying now. You don't think shit. You know. You know what you're doing. And you know you faking. You know you faking the funk. You a liar. And the worst part about it is you don't think shit about lying to your goddamn self.
Nah, I do. Nah, Rose.
Hey, listen
to
me, man. Listen to me. I already pointed out you lying. Have you fucking took a moment and said to yourself, this nigga's right, and I'ma stop lying. And from right now, you ain't lying no more. Because that's all you gotta do. That's all the fuck you gotta do is realize that you are lying, and not lying like you know the word lie, but I'm saying you lying because it's not true. And you telling that shit to yourself. And you believe in that shit. How the fuck can you believe what you think and you know how much you lie to yourself?
I don't know about that one though, Rose, but I try not to lie to myself though.
Hey, bro,
I do understand what you're getting from,
bro, you're doing it now. What I'm saying is you got to realize how you lie to yourself. And then you got to stop doing that shit. What I'm saying, bro, is when you say, I try not to lie to myself, ain't that a bitch? How you going to try not to lie and still lie?
Basically, I'm saying like, if I do see me lying to myself, I try to acknowledge it at least. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's the right thing, bro. That's the right thing to do. But what I'm saying is, you got to check yourself in how you think all the time, not sometime. See, you motherfuckers think you're supposed to walk past a phone booth and be able to get in the phone booth and change into Superman. No, man, you're supposed to be Superman. You don't need no phone booth. You need a phone booth, bro. Get your shit together. And the way you do that is start telling yourself the truth.
Okay.
I mean about everything, bro.
I definitely understand that.
I know you understand what I'm saying because I'm telling you the truth. And you ain't no fool. You gonna recognize the truth. Go ahead.
From now on, when it comes to women, just basically accept the truth. Accept the truth.
Sometimes the bitch don't want to fuck with you. Sometimes she don't like how you look. Sometimes she don't like what the fuck you said. Listen, man, the reason I know what the fuck I'm talking about is when I turned out pimping, I had a motherfucking bitch. And I would go to work every fucking day trying to catch a bitch saying whatever the fuck I had to say. And I would be wondering after, because it took me 2 years to catch another bitch. And I would be wondering during those 2 years, what the fuck am I doing wrong? And periodically I'd be talking to an older motherfucker that's in the game, and I'd be saying, man, I must be doing something wrong. And they'd be saying, you ain't doing nothing wrong. And I never understood it until I caught a bitch. It took me 2 years. And while I caught a bitch, I realized what they was telling me. You ain't doing shit wrong. You just supposed to keep working because you ain't ran into the right bitch yet. They're unlimited. And your motherfucking ass supposed to stay busy. That's the only way you're going to prove you worthy of getting this shit that you're chasing. Because if you chase it for a little while and stop, you didn't deserve it no way. But you ain't got to chase it for 10 years, but you got to chase it. And when you get it, you got to keep chasing what you want. You didn't want to just become a motherfucker. I mean, you didn't want to just become whatever. You want to become a motherfucker in it. I'm just saying, bro, it's up to you to tell yourself the truth to motivate yourself, because you need motivation and it ain't gonna come from me.
Right. Yes, sir. I appreciate you so much, Rose, but that you definitely gave me a different perspective of how I was thinking about it.
Hey man, this is what you need to understand. This is like one strand of hair on a head full of knowledge that you can get. And if you satisfied with that fucking little strand, take it and go with it. But if I was you, I would sign up at SWU because I got game. And I know how to give it to you. I know how to give it to you. And what you don't know, I do know because I've been through it. And I can explain when and what it did for me. Because I'm not lying. I'm real.
Right.
You got to understand that, brother. Get at me.
Yes, sir, I will, man. I'm going to stay in touch with you, Rose, but I appreciate you, man. Have a wonderful day.
You too, bro. All right. Hey, you guys, that's what calling in does for you. You going to say some shit that you didn't have no intentions on saying. Because I'm going to bring it out. If you talk to me, I'm going to bring the truth out. I'm not finna let you tell me no bullshit. Why you think I ain't got no stab wounds or no bullet wounds or no broken jaws and shit? Because I didn't get into that kind of goddamn shit. I was way too sharp. I believed in the game I had. Now, I'm an instructor and I'm, really like seeing my work being utilized. Because I know I say shit that can change your life. In that regard, I am the flyest dude you ever met. And I'm telling you, how many motherfuckers can change your life if you listen to them? Tay is totally different than me. But our messages are identical. Not one thing you can get from either of us will work for you if you try to alter it before using it. In that regards, I can see my friend and I as men you cannot do without. Your desire for me and what I tell you should have grown. And if it has not, please don't tune in anymore. I'm saying check out Tate, my nigga. The same message is delivered but just in his style, not my style. Because he's not copying. We believe this shit. I only want to deal with motherfuckers who find what I say to be intriguing enough to want to find out what the fuck I'm talking about. Seekers are winners. And winners are people who are not afraid to seek information. Otherwise, let it be known you don't know. You ain't got to walk around talking about what you don't know, but you don't have to fake like you know. You don't. If you want to hear me, there is no way you won't figure out how to do it. If you're waiting for me to respond to you as far as how to do it, I guess your ass gonna miss another fucking show. Cause I'm not finna respond. I'm not finna hold. I ain't babysitting nobody, even potential listeners. I believe in self-reliance. And that's what I really am about. Showing you how to be self-reliant. You don't need what you think you need to be you. You need to really get into you. See, this is all I teach at SWU. I teach the true ways to go after the things you want in your life. How do you buy a Rolls Royce from nothing? You gotta want it. Then you gotta design a plan to get it. Then you gotta stick to that goddamn plan through the thick and thin. And once you ready, you go get that Rolls Royce. That's how you deal with shit in life. Whatever you want. You don't know this, but 9 out of 10 of you motherfuckers simply accept what life gives you. A self-reliant man will promote himself to himself, and his promotion will have big effect on his personal growth. Because he don't need that motherfucker to feel like he learned something. What, if you feel like you learned something, you're not going to really learn it until I say you learned it? Come on, motherfucker. Self-reliance is needing no person other than yourself to do what you have determined necessary to do to become a better person. Now, I'm self-reliant. Are you? You can tell yourself you are, but are you? I'm a brother who speaks 401 languages. I get all kinds of emails from people in places I can't even pronounce. No matter where they all seem to get the same message, which I speak in alpha male language. It interprets to exactly what that person's native language is. Otherwise, real man shit does not translate to anything but real man shit in any language. I know I don't try to be a multilingual motherfucker, but I do realize my shit crosses all language barriers. Damn, I'm the shit. Decisions are ultra important to make and twice as important to live up to. No, what's the use of making a decision if you're not going to live up to it? I learned long ago, if you're not afraid to make decisions, you won't be afraid of extreme success. Most of you motherfuckers don't realize it, but you're really scared to be as successful as you dream of being. If you're not, how come you don't go out and try something to do it in? Most of us don't realize the simplest way to deal with or even ward off stress. It's to accept that it's there. Decide what the fuck to do about it and do it. The uneasiness you feel when you're thinking about approaching a motherfucking woman can be lessened if you made a conscious effort to get the confidence you need to fucking do that shit. The only thing you need to do is accept what's real. And if you do that, you're on your way to being a man. I'm sure you'd love to be a man who doesn't fantasize about what he'd do with a woman if he had the opportunity. And I'm just as sure you prefer instead to have the confidence that you are a man equipped with all the tools necessary to have any fucking woman you desire. See, this is very doable for the most. Some of you motherfuckers are even just too timid. Sometimes all it requires is answers to questions you didn't even know you had. But now that you do know, you also have someone and somewhere to ask the shit. You see my number? Hit me. Holler at me. SW is off the chains because of just that reason. No question is off limits in classes. If you can ask it, I can answer it. Now, there's no question or scenario you can think of that I have not already encountered and successfully dealt with. That's especially the case when it's time to go for the juggler. I mean, and I can teach that shit to you. You got to get my confidence course. And remember, you can do it on your own time. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Rosebud, or you can, check out sidewalkyou.thinkific.com. Or you can email me at, askrosebud with 2 D's at gmail.com. My point is I'm very easily reached. I'm an email or a phone call away. Now, what good would it do a dude to think about pussy if the motherfucker don't know how to handle a woman? Do you know what the fuck pussy will do to an unsuspecting dude who don't know women? If you were a silly motherfucker, you think it's only pussy. That is all it is until you come in it. Then it becomes a game that you enter with a stacked deck. And the deck is stacked against you. Do you ever take the time to think about learning things to do in the bedroom? Or do you just watch porn? I have a lot to say about that shit. And if you want some coaching in that area, hit me up. Hit me on askrosebud@gmail.com. And give me a way to contact you and we can, kick it. I've had the opportunity to be in a life that allowed me the time and the initiative to learn women. I learned so much to those PUAs that you motherfuckers all listen to. Use my shit. And they could not possibly tell you what that shit means because they're interpreting it. I am the real deal. And notice I didn't say it real a few times. You need to know what real is because that's what this show is about. What's real today? Because there's so much fake shit going on. Man, any goddamn way. If you want the same understanding about shit that I have, about having it the way you want it, then you need to know what I know, not what somebody think an interpretation of what I know is. The thing is, when I'm on front or on the hunt for some pussy, I don't think about what I can say or do, to a woman. I learned a long time ago. You need to do first things first. And after I gain the confidence to be sure of my goddamn self and not to second guess my original decisions, a monster was let loose on a herd of unwitting cattle. I'll slide up to the broad and reach right over her and get a napkin or whatever the fuck I see that's in reach. Why would I do that? Because I do it the fuck I please. And what pleases me pleases women. What pleases me does not please all women. And I might run into a few who don't like what I do. You know what I think about that? That's why I purposely run into so many bitches in a goddamn week. I ain't hardly thinking about what some goddamn woman who my shit don't please. I ain't thinking about what she think. I could care less about what her thoughts are, because all that matters to me when I'm at a woman is what I'm thinking. This is why I do not miss when I'm out on the prowl. Caller, what's up?
Rosebud, what's good?
What's good with you, bro?
Man, I need your help, brother.
What's up?
Man, I've been a trick all my life, and I'm tired of being a trick. I've been paying for women and all that. I'm ready to be a pimp. I want you to teach me.
Hey, man, I'm not finna teach no nigga talking that kind of goddamn dumb shit.
Man, teach me how to be
I
a pimp,
can't
man.
teach you, man. You don't sound like you
Why
can be
can't you
taught.
teach me that is
Because you don't sound like you can be taught. You saying some really
man,
ignorant
please.
shit.
I don't want to be a trick no more. Please teach me.
Hey, well, sign up to Sidewalk University, bro, and get some game.
Man, teach me how to be a pimp, nigga.
Hey, I ain't gonna teach you how to
why don't you share the game?
I'm gone, bro.
That's some hater shit. Why can't you share the game with me?
Hey, I ain't no sucker like that. I ain't trying to, teach no nigga. No, that's not what I do. I know women be wanting me and know just as much they can't have me. Why? Because of shit like that. This motherfucker calling in with that stupid shit. I could have said, niggas hit me, hit PayPal and woo woo woo. I could have said whatever, but I don't even entertain that shit. Because that's not what I do. See, they know just as much they can't have me. I can only have them. Now get at me if you want this shit I have. And fellas, you gotta understand something. The shit I be kicking, like this damn fool that just called, if he really wanted it, all he gotta do is listen to the shit I'm doing for free. I'm telling you how to have a bitch. I'm telling you what to want. I'm telling you what to do, but only I'm presenting it in a way that I'm just talking to men. Only the motherfucker that really want it gonna get it, because it's there to be gotten. Yeah. Go get your fucking woman some of that J'adore perfume. I'm an animal when the right fragrance is on my goddamn woman. And there are several fragrances that I love that do that to me. But this J'adore is the latest. I maybe watched that commercial one time too many, and I thought, since I like that tall ass model bitch, my woman might smell good in that shit. So I bought it, and man, it fucking blew me away. My woman was so thrilled, she couldn't stop smiling. There are some things that are more important than having confidence. Water, food, air to breathe, some sort of clothing and housing. And well, I think that does it for more important things, unless you have something else more important than being as confident as possible in all areas in your life. The topic for this year: what are you going to do with the three T's and the three P's in the ABPs that you are allowed in your life? The three T's are time, talent, and truth. The three P's are pimping, planning, and prospering. And the ABPs is always be playing so you don't get played. Now, I know what I'm going to do with mines, except my first P going to be playing. I ain't going to be doing no pimping. What are you going to do? I'm 73 years old, and I have 75% of my childhood friends and almost 85% of my across the street and around the corner friends that I grew up with. How many of you under 30 can say that shit? You ought to think about that. We grew up with a healthy amount of fear. We had a lot of shit to fear in our house, namely our parents. The fear they instilled in us allowed us to do shit, but we constantly would be thinking about how to do it without getting caught. Not only did we fear our parents, but we feared and respected your fucking parents. Growing up this way kept us out of trouble and alive. Our parents were serious old school motherfuckers and firmly believed if you're not scared at home, you're going to go out and be fearless in the streets and end up dead. So you don't want your child to be scared of you, to where they hide and shit. But you do want them to have a healthy amount of fear and be afraid enough, to feel that they got to hide the wrongdoing that they're involved in. Some kids don't even flinch when they're doing wrong because no one at home or in the streets is going to check them. We need to consistently check our kids for them to stay alive in the streets. We always have an allotment, of minutes that we can use to give thanks to the man for, allowing us to see another day. We always have a moment, see another day, another holiday. Hug your wife or your significant other, hug your son, hug your daughter. Give praise and thanks for what we have been blessed to accomplish this far in our lives. Now, what we've accomplished together and on your own is nothing short of miraculous. If the coming months are going to be competing with this past year, I'm on pace for a doozy of a goddamn year. I'm grateful for my prosperity, and I'm hopeful that those who didn't reach their fucking goals put their efforts into overdrive and make sure they reach that plateau this year. I said it before and I say it again. To have a life, you need to have a goal that if you reach it, it'll make you happy. We still have a long way to go, but together we can get there. Man, I know I identify with the rush I get in handling this shit the way I do. It doesn't compare with charging hoes. Nothing compares with managing a crew of money getting bitches. It ain't no comparison to the feeling of selling dope. But my confidence course has been making my life not easy, but easier. It's been flying out to the goddamn public. And I know all of you motherfuckers receive success to some degree. If you haven't, now's the time to fucking get with me in my course to get the fullest advantage. I'm there every day because I believe that I'm an instructor more than a podcaster. So I'm every day on my school. I'm making up to all of you who emailed and stated that I regret taking my course off the market. Seldom am I wrong. But when I am, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I was premature in wanting, SW to handle everything, my finances. Not that it didn't, but it just not as easily as I anticipated did it. But that's under a different hat that I wear. Keep rolling with the consistency that you've built with that courage and discipline you've been gaining. Because I offer the course separate from SW. You can get the entire course if you want it, or you can roll with me at SW in monthly increments. It's up to you to do what you want to do. But if you're an honest person, you can self-assess yourself. The ability to truthfully self-assess is the most important part of your growth at this point. Every year, we make promises that we feel, is going to promote our agenda as we see it. But in assessing my moves of the past year, I can see that I've come a pretty far distance. But can my assessment of myself stop there? It can, but I won't let it. I looked back 4 years and looked over and assessed my 5-year plan. Now, when I was fired from my job of 17 years, my New Year's resolution was to make 5-year plans and put a real effort into achieving them. I was fired in February of 2010, and I had no idea what was in the cards, for my ass. But I had made my decision a month earlier, and it was to start making 5-year plans. Now, my 5-year plan was to be living off my efforts online and my daughter living on Easy Street. When I was fired, my world turned upside down. But as young as my daughter was, I realized I could take care of her and kept doing not what I was doing, kept looking for something to do. Now, after a few days, I decided it all was a sign that it was time to go full steam ahead with my dream of becoming a guide to greatness. And I could finally stop saying what I do if I wasn't working, because that's what I used to say a lot of times. If I wasn't working, I went over my plan, and that's when I got serious as I did. Every 4th year of my 5-year plan, I assessed my plan on how I prospered from my efforts. And it's been over 15 years. And we're not on Easy Street, my daughter and I, but my daughter easily handles her business with her job and her income because of how I raised her with money. Of course, I'm going to spend money to get whatever the fuck either one of us want. But at the same time, she knew I never did whatever I did. My bills, my rent, everything important was paid. So I'm gonna push on to finish building what will make me and my daughter celebrities, if that's the case. Even if it's only in our own mind. You all are invited to watch as I put forth my real effort to complete this last piece of the puzzle and place it in this beautiful picture I have of my life with my daughter. I'm crazy. I know it. I assess myself in the short and the long terms, and it shows me that I'm on track for my goals. Well, you know what? I've had a pretty good conversation with you guys. It could have been better if more of you would have called in and asked and said whatever. But since the ones that did, and the ones that listened did listen, I'm happy to have completed this portion. I'm gone.